Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday, officially the middle of the week, and we have a couple of changes on the way to the forecast, one of them starting today. Now that a cold front has moved through, you might have heard a little bit of rain on your roof, maybe noticed some of the wind blowing up against your windows late last night as that front made its way in, and now that is out of the way, and we'll start to experience, of course, cooler air behind our cold front, but also lots of sunshine will filter in through the day, so really get out and enjoy it if you can. I personally love when we get these cold fronts to move through and they bring us that really nice breeze. I love a good breeze and sunshine. It's just makes it feel like fall, especially when all the leaves are off the trees and just rustling around everywhere. It just feels like fall. All right, so here's that cold front that moved in, brought us all the rain through the overnight hours, now bringing rain to parts of the Atlantic coast and parts of Florida. Now we are simply dealing with just some lingering cloud cover, but as that area of high pressure indicated by that H there moves in, then the skies are going to start to clear. But another thing, so that cold front, that's an area of lower pressure, high pressure, obviously an area of higher pressure, and pressure differences create the wind. And that area of high pressure is strong, so do expect wind gusts upwards of 25 miles per hour possible through the afternoon. So there are those lingering clouds. We're starting to see at least some peaks of blue sky there, and we will ultimately end up with a lot of nice blue sky and lots of sunshine as we head through the next couple of hours. But that front's still fairly close to the area, so we are still getting some of that lift and moisture from that front in our area, hence our cloud cover. So right now we are significantly cooler in some spots than this time yesterday. We're just about near 60 area-wide. And the further along 75 and west of 75 you are, so we're talking places like Carroll County, places like LaGrange, places like Rome, you're going to be cooler because you're going to get the cool air first because it moved in from northwest to southeast. So north and west, you're going to get the cooler air first, and then it'll ultimately kind of fill in for everybody else. So do expect those temperatures to stay pretty cool for today. We're going to run upwards of 10 plus degrees cooler when it comes to those afternoon highs this afternoon, now that that cold air will continue to filter on in. So here's a look at our setup over the next few days. That cold front will continue to push off the coast. We'll still be at least slightly breezy tomorrow, not quite as gusty as today, but that area of high pressure will bring with it a lot of sunshine for the day Thursday. But then here's kind of a second change that you'll notice. We talk about it a lot, especially being here in the southeast with an ocean to our east being the Atlantic and then to our south being the Gulf. Where these areas of high pressure set up are really important to our forecast, but also if these move far enough off to the northeast, as this is going to do, and this is also going to be a very strong area of high pressure, that also can help usher in some cooler air. We call it a wedge. In the meteorology world, the fancy word for it is cold air damming. Essentially what happens is the Appalachian Mountains act as a dam, and all of the cold air from the north runs up against the Appalachian Mountains and it spills into Georgia, and specifically North Georgia. It's a little bit difficult for it to make it to South Georgia, but the way that wind rotates around high pressure is clockwise, so I kind of indicated about that by those light blue arrows there. So wind will start to come out of the northeast, that cold air will run up against the Appalachians, and ultimately that will usher it in to North Georgia and bring us some cooler temperatures. Not only that, you'll also notice a lot of times when a wedge builds in, you'll get cloudy skies. It'll be a little on the overcast side, sometimes slightly drizzly. So while Saturday will be primarily dry, it's not going to be a beautiful, bright, sunshiny day. It is going to be a little bit more on the cloudy side, maybe a little more overcast, and you could notice it slightly drizzly out there on Saturday. So with that wedge building in, temperatures will stay generally near 70 on Friday and then only in the mid 60s on Saturday. Now Sunday, that cool down is thanks to the cloud cover lingering, but also some rain that will move in by the late morning and into the afternoon. So we won't have a lot of opportunity to warm up on Sunday. That rain does linger into Monday before completely clearing by Tuesday. Of course, Monday being Halloween. So with that said, we do have a first alert again for Sunday because that is going to very much impact your plans for those of you who will head out to church early on Sunday morning, for those of you who run a lot of your errands on Sunday, maybe getting last minute Halloween plans together. That will very much impact your day. Still not messing my costume up with jackets, Luke. Good morning. You will protect the costume at all costs. I understand. I get it. I was that kid. Tammy, good morning. Oh, Luke and Allie, how are they doing? By the way, Maria, Luke and Allie are Tammy's two dogs. So, because we used to always talk about my dog Colby, who is not dressing up this year. Last year he was a rainbow. And My fiance Dylan did not like that very much, but he was like, that's a girly looking costume. He's a boy dog. And I'm like, okay, well, it's cute. Anyway, good morning, Rusty. Thanks so much. That's such a kind comment. Thank you. All right, so these are your high temperatures the next 6 days. Here's your low temperatures. So again, those clouds hanging around, clouds overnight can kind of act like a blanket. They trap in some of the heat of the day, and obviously heat is a very relative term, but our overnight lows aren't going to significantly drop, even though that cold air is spilling in. So tomorrow will be cold because of the clear skies, but as those clouds build, our temperatures won't drop quite as drastically. So we'll stay generally in the low to mid 50s as we head into the next several days. So here's that rain. What's going to happen is an upper level low is going to form. It's going to pull in a lot of Gulf moisture and offer us the chance for maybe some heavier downpours even as we head into Sunday. So expect that rain to move in as early as like 11 a.m. And then we'll have more widespread coverage of rain for Sunday afternoon. So again, if you're heading to church Sunday and then you're wanting to go to lunch afterwards, you're going to need to plan for something indoors. And just know you'll probably need to just add that extra time to your day as you're making your way out and about, because it will be just wet on the roadways. Why doesn't Colby have a costume? Okay, so last year my mom got, by the way, for all you watching, Colby is my dog, who I love very much. And my mom got him the costume last year, and she said she was going to send me another one, but then she never sent it, so then I didn't buy one. And so it was just a big communication mishap, and now Colby doesn't have a costume. So he could be the rainbow again. I guess that could work. So anyway, we are going to talk about the rain on Sunday. That's what I picked up. So Sunday, more widespread rain is going to make its way in and could be slightly heavy at times. Now as we head into Monday, so keep in mind we're going to have a lot of rain Sunday. The roads could still be fairly wet early Monday morning for those of you who are the very early commuters, so me included. And then as we head into 7 a.m., so more towards rush hour, most of the more steady rain will move out and we'll look ahead to just some spotty showers. And it looks like we could potentially have some lingering rain into the early afternoon. So for any kids doing Halloween parties at school, not going to completely rule out the chance for maybe a couple of light showers, but it's not going to be a complete party ruiner, but a few light showers will be possible. It does look like by the time trick-or-treating kicks off, by around 4 or 5 o'clock, by the way, if someone could tell me the time that children trick-or-treat, I want to say it's between like 5 and 8 p.m., but I could be wrong. So someone let me know, because I am not a parent yet. I'm only a dog parent. Someone let me know when trick-or-treating is so we can really pinpoint that timing for you. But I believe it's between around like 5 and 8. And at that point, we should be mostly dry. Clouds are still going to linger around. Don't get me wrong. It's still going to be damp outside. So, of course, if you have any kind of costumes with long capes or anything like that, that could really, of course, cause for just, a little bit of a wet costume. But your mom's birthday is Monday. Happy early birthday, Tammy. So we could have just, damp conditions on Monday night for Halloween. But overall, it's not going to be a washout. The heaviest of rain moves out Sunday into Monday. So by Monday night, which is, of course, Halloween, it looks like for the most part, it's going to be mainly dry. So rain early for your Halloween forecast. Temperatures in the upper 60s. By the time we head closer to 8 o'clock, of course, with the sun setting so early, it'll probably be more like the mid 60s. So do as you wish when it comes to a jacket. I'm sure for a lot of kids, they're not going to care about the mid 60s. That'll be perfectly tolerable for them, especially with all the adrenaline that they'll have. So good morning, Michael. 6 to 8 down here. Okay, that's fine. So I was close. I just remember last year kids still knocking at my door at 9:30 and my bedtime's at 8. So, but that's okay. Anyway, so rain possible early with temperatures generally in the mid to upper 60s. Here's a look at the rainfall totals, which is great news. We could really use the rain. So anywhere between 3/10 of an inch to potentially upwards of 1.5 inches of rain with some locally heavy amounts. And this is all the way through Monday. So this is going to be Sunday and Monday morning's rain that we could pick up. At least, again, maybe 1 inch of rain in some spots would be very, very welcome, considering we are in a drought in a lot of spots. Unfortunately, you might have noticed around that because we were in the drought that the leaves changed colors, of course. It was beautiful because those cold afternoon or those cold evenings and the warm sunny days really helped bring that color out. But then with the drought, they all died. So we had... Sorry guys, we're here in an active newsroom. I just didn't want to talk over when they were trying to get breaking news out. And then as soon as that first cold front came through, the leaves were so fragile on the trees because they didn't get any rain that they're probably all over the ground in your neighborhood right now. So it's a little bit of a shame. I'm not saying that all the leaves are off the trees, but we're definitely not going to see those full bright colors. While the leaves are bright, we're not going to see those full trees with how much of a drought that we're in. But we're going to finally get out of that slightly, pick up again maybe 0.3 of an inch to an inch of rain. This is just one model, and these numbers are going to change as we go through the next few days. But nonetheless, much needed rain. Any rain is much needed rain. We're also watching the tropics, by the way. We have two areas that we're watching. One that is just to the north of Hispaniola. So that's, of course, the Dominican Republic and Haiti. And so we'll be watching that one. That one has a low chance of development. That's indicated by that yellow color there. And then we also have one that's moving into the Caribbean. This is a path very similar to Ian. Now, this isn't going to have the same path as Ian at all, so don't take it that way. But it is moving into the warm Caribbean waters. So we're going to watch this one very carefully. One of our models does look to develop this into a pretty strong hurricane. It doesn't have it moving towards the United States, but it does have it moving into the Caribbean and maybe towards places like Mexico next week. So if you had any kind of travel plans to the Caribbean, then something that you definitely want to keep an eye on. And we'll be covering that pretty extensively over the next couple of days. I know I'll be talking a lot about this tomorrow on Atlanta News First in the morning shows. So you'll want to be sure to keep an eye on that. Good morning. Good morning. Sunday is Latin Fest in Athens. Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds awesome. I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know that. That's so great. Might get rained out. Oh, that's a shame. But then, you know, I guess like if you reschedule it, that just gives you something else to look forward to maybe. I don't know, trying to find a silver lining for you, but yeah, it is gonna be a pretty rainy day. Cool. All right, so here is your 7-day forecast, everyone. Again, clouds will continue to decrease through the day. We'll eventually have a lot of sunshine. Temperatures will be cool today. We'll be in the mid-60s after a spell in the mid to upper 70s the past couple of days. It's going to be breezy today. Wind gusts upwards of 25 miles per hour possible, so both hands on the steering wheel as you're driving. You know, if you're traveling fast on the highway and one of those big wind gusts comes and grabs you, it can kind of shake you up a little bit. And then as we head into Thursday, cold morning, nothing but sunshine. Light breeze will continue, low 70s for highs. And then as we head into Saturday, clouds build, might be a little bit on the drizzly side. It is going to be cool. And then Sunday, we do have that first alert for rain, as that will become more likely, especially as we head into the afternoon and evening. Few showers could linger into Monday. It does look like by the time trick-or-treating rolls around, while it still could be pretty damp outside, for the most part, rain should come to an end. And then we will look ahead to partly sunny skies Tuesday with highs back in the low 70s. Not a bad 7-day forecast. A little bit of something for everyone. Cool mornings, sunny afternoons, some rain. It looks like Sunday would be one of those days. At least I'm planning on it. Self-care Sunday, inside, just get your chores done, maybe like put a mask on your face, you know, like paint your nails, something, you know, cuddle with your dog on the couch, watch a movie. Like that's one of those days. And Sundays are supposed to be lazy days. Watch some football. So I think that the rain, like that's just a good excuse to just be lazy on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So I love a good cloudy, rainy day every once in a while. Only every once in a while, because most of the time I can't sit very still. So the wind will turn you into Mary Poppins. No kidding. All right, everyone. Well, that is your 7-day forecast. Thanks for tuning in with me. I always appreciate when you guys come and comment and chat. It's always a lot of fun, especially all my Central Georgia people who come and say hello every once in a while. I sure appreciate it. By the way, completely unrelated to the weather, the McRib is back at McDonald's. We talked about that this morning. Have you ever had one of those? You haven't? Me neither. I refuse to eat one. Rodney says they're good. I think it's rubber covered in barbecue sauce, but I don't know if I would ever eat one. It kind of looks like dog food, like or like cat food covered in barbecue sauce. But just in case that's up someone's alley, because it clearly is, they keep bringing it back every year. It's out for a limited time, and apparently not making a comeback after this year, so which they also say every year. So, all right. Maria says, great. Oh my goodness. All right, everyone, that is all. I just had to end it with that because it was on my mind and I had to share it. All right, everyone, make it a wonderful day. As always, if you ever have any questions about the weather, feel free to message me on my Facebook. You can also message Atlanta News First, and that message will get relayed our way. Send any great weather pictures to us as well. We love to see them. We'll show them on air for you. We've had some really great clouds lately, so be sure to snap some pictures and send them our way. We would love to see them. Until then, make it a great Wednesday, everyone. I will catch you here next time.